What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Austin Show. Today we're looking at the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Neutrinos pack. So we have a Neutrinos 3-pack here with each of the Neutrinos. So we have Dask, Kayla, and Zack, and all three of these look really cool. Of course, they're little figures that we see in the Ninja Turtles series, but look awesome, come with a lot of accessories. We've got some hoverboards, we have some extra little figures of a baby and a creature there that are going to be cool, and come with a lot of more accessory things behind them. But if we spin around the box, we can see a better picture of the three figures there that all look really cool. So this is just an awesome pack of the Neutrinos that I think they all look really cool, and I'm excited to look at them. So let me get them open. They are NECA, so I'll have to heat them up, and we'll take a look at them together. So here I got the three Neutrinos, and they first appeared in Season 1, Episode 4, Hot Rodding Teenagers from Dimension X, and they are humanoid aliens from Dimension X that came to Earth through the trans-dimensional portal and ended up befriending the Turtles, and of course fought against Shredder and Krang and a bunch of characters from Dimension X. So overall, these look pretty cool here. They're all smaller characters, have sort of like 50s inspired, so it's like the Hot Rodding Teenagers, so they kind of talk like with 50s sort of slang and stuff. But we have the three Neutrinos, so we have Dask, Kayla or Kayla, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, and Zack. And as I said, all three look pretty cool here. You can see they have the sharp pointy ears, so they're kind of like elf ears, but just with their small size, and especially the design of Kayla. She just reminds me of the Munchkins from The Wizard of Oz, so I just think of Munchkins every time I see these characters. But either way, all three of them look really cool. So we're going to start off looking at Dask here, just because he's like the main one. So he looks pretty awesome. He's got the blue here, so I like the light blue up top, and then the darker blue underneath, especially with the weird hair design. So they have really weird hair. Like I said, those long pointy ears. There's his face, looks nice overall. And then they have the weird outfit, so he has purple and yellow, which looks pretty nice. Big shoulder pads, nice design on his chest, big puffy arms, and then little skinny arms go into his hands, and then midsection purple, yellow pants all the way down with the purple on the side, and then some black shoes on his feet that look pretty cool. I like that. But overall, a fun looking character and pretty cool to have this. So let's go and do his movements. So his head can twist all the way around. Now they have multiple joints here, so they have the joint in the neck that allows the movement up and down, and can twist there, but it's hard to get it to stay, but can twist around there. And then also have the joint at the neck, so it can go forward even further and back even further, so good movements and twist around there as well. Then we get the shoulders that are going to be hard on some of these, like they're real stiff and can only come up about that far, so 45 degrees there, and can rotate around a little. Then we get the single elbow joints right at the end of the sleeve that can bend up, so for him they doesn't really get a whole lot of bend movement in there, not even 45 degrees because of the wide opening, but it can bend there and has twist around as well. And then the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. And then we have the ab crunch and twist, so right up in this midsection can crunch back and forth, so crunch forward, crunch back, and then twist all the way around. Then we get the hips that can come up, kind of force them get closer to 90 there and out to the side that far. We have a thigh twist up in there, a double knee joint that some of these have some issues getting their knees to bend just because of the material. It's hard to get them, but I can at least get it to bend that far. And then the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. Now with these figures, they are pretty hard to stand up because they have such small bodies, especially feet, and then the big heads with the hair design, so it is kind of hard to get them to stand up, but I can get him, so there he is standing. But they each do come with a base if we need to, so just this little clear base with a little peg on it, but I feel the peg's almost too big for their feet, but we can try and pop it on. So yeah, it was hard to get him on the base, so you have to really force it on there, but there he is, and that'll help him stand quite a bit. Now they each come with some specific accessories like hands, and of course the two males will pretty much share the exact same hands, and then the girls different, but for them they get a set of fist hands, so one for each hand since he has just kind of open hands with like pointing fingers, and then also a set of grip hands, so one has a smaller grip and one a wider grip, so you have those two there as well. So again, we'll see those same with Zack as well, but just want to show that off before we get into their wider accessories that can be used for each of them. And then finally, he does come with his hoverboards, so they have hoverboards, and they each have one specific to their color, so this one is purple and yellow, and they have these clear little bases that they sit up on so they can float around in, so you can pop them up on these if we want to, but I don't want to do it right now. Maybe at the end we'll put them all on. For right now I don't want it, but overall Dask here looks cool. And then we have Kayla, which she's the hardest to get to stand just because of her big hair, and she has even smaller feet, and it looks like one leg shorter than the other, so getting her to stand is quite difficult. But she also has a design that looks picturesque, almost like Tinkerbell, so she has a nice swirl design, and the hair coming up into the curls, swirls there around by her ears, again the pointy ears, and her big blue eyes and red lipstick, so she just has a nice look there. But then like I said, looks like Tinkerbell because she has the red shirt on and then like the yellow green tights, so again that reminds me a lot of Tinkerbell going into the boots, so she has blue boots but with green up top as well. And again, the dress has some blue on it. A band around her wrist, almost like a watch, and just overall a nice design once again, but like I said, is the hardest one to stand up. But let's do her movements. So it's going to be pretty much similar. Her head can twist all the way around, and hers is pretty similar. So she has the joint up top and then a joint down in. You just don't see hers as much, but it does have it in there, so she can look down that far and up that far, so pretty good. The shoulders do come up a little bit higher, so you can at least get them over 90 degrees there and can rotate around. Then we get the single elbow joint that bends to 90 and has the rotation, and the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. She has the ab crunch right in here, so crunch forward, crunch back, so crunching there and twist all the way around. The hips can come up to 90 and out to the side, so she has a little bit different joint design in there, but it still functions. We have a thigh twist that twists around, the double knee joint that, again, it's going to be hard to get function some of these, but it can go all the way up and kick her own butt, and then the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So she is designed a little bit different, so I like how they don't have all the exact same movements and joints and everything, but they're pretty similar. But again, if we need, we do have the base to pop her on, which I think she'd probably need it the most, but let's see if I can get it on her. So there she is on the base, and actually works pretty well, so it does help her stand. She still has some issues though with weak joints kind of letting her fall now, but she does stand easier. She also comes with hands. Now hers are a little bit easier because they're much smaller hands, so we know for sure they go to her. So she has a set of fist hands, and then she has a grip hand, so a little bit bigger grip, and then a hand with the peace sign, so that's pretty cool. She comes with that. So I like the little variety there for her hands, so that's cool. And then she also has her hoverboards, so there with the orange and like green and purple sort of design there, so looks pretty cool there on the clear base. Again, that will try and pop them on at the end. So overall, Kayla looks pretty cool. And finally, we have Zack. To me, he looks like the coolest one of the group just with his hair design. So he's like this purple and brown or maroon color hair design. So the purple or pink in the front going into the maroon. And I like just the way it's stood up and folded all the way down. Looks kind of cool. And then his face design, of course, the pointy ears. And then he has the sunglasses on with like a weird smirk on his face. His colors all popped in his all blue outfit with some white designs and yellow. It goes down. He's got like the little shark fins again on his legs, similar to Dak. And then he's got some like tennis shoe designs on with the blue as well. So like I said, overall, to me, he looks like the coolest one of the group. So for his movements, probably gonna be exactly the same, so it can twist all the way around, and again has the upper neck and lower neck joints there to look down that far and up just about that far, mostly because of his collar. Shoulders can come up just that far, so he has these white pieces here that don't allow it to move, so only 45 degrees, but can rotate around. We get this single elbow joint that bends just that far. Again, it's running into the sleeve piece, so it only bends that far there. Of course, there's a rotation up in there, and the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. We have the ab crunch in the middle, so crunch forward, crunch back, so good crunching and twist. Hips can come up to 90 out to the side that far. Thigh twist around. Double knee joint that can bend that far to the back. He can kick his own butt. And the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. And he's got bigger feet than the other two, so he's much easier to stand. But once again, we have the base that we can use, so that makes him super easy to stand. He comes with the same hands that Dask had, so he has the two fist hands as well as the grip hands, so one with the smaller grip and one with the wider grip. And finally, we have his hoverboard. So there's the purple and blue hoverboard with the yellow design on it there. So that looks pretty cool as well for him. That will put him on. So there we have our 3 neutrinos, and all 3 are really cool. Now we come with a number of other accessories as well. So first off, we have Princess Tribble, which is the princess of their universe. So just this little baby design, which looks funny. So it's got the cute little eyes looking up, the little blonde curl of hair, of course the pointy ears, and then it's pretty much just got the little diaper on there with even some pink details of flair like their outfits do. So that's pretty fun. And this even has a little bit of movement, so his head can twist all the way around, and then it has, you know, a little bit of room to rock back and forth, so look up and down there. And then the arms can move around as well, so they can lift up and down, just swing around, and then also have the hinge so they can swing out there, so you can kind of move the hands around if you want with the little baby just to make it look even cuter. And then they also get a Grybex, I think is how you say it, again a thing from Dimension X, but just a fun little creature. Looks pretty cute, has the antennas on its head, it's all furry, so kind of like a bear or some sort of like little creature. Big blue eyes there, big smile with a nose that probably makes a honky noise, and then the cute little feet there with the 2 toes. So just a cute little creature, and also it has movements of the head that can move around and shake, but that's about it for the rest of it. Nothing else moves, but again, a fun little thing to add with them. And then we get a bunch of accessories related to them that I don't know much about. I just looked up what they're called. So first off, we have the trans-dimensional tuner. So it's just this weird box design. Again, don't know what it's supposed to do. Just a big box it looks like there. Again, don't know what it does. And then we get the spectro analyzer, which was used to track the neutrinos. So it's just this little device. You can see it's got like the grid design. Of course, the little tracking antenna sticking up there, and just a nice looking device design. We get another tracker of some sort, so it looks like some waves and stuff. So again, don't know what it does, but it looks nice. We get what looks like a little microphone, has the nice handles on. Like I said, it looks like a microphone, could be a flashlight, heck, a laser could shoot out, could be a sword of some sort, like a Dimension X lightsaber or something, not sure, but it looks cool. And finally, we get like this big microphone speaker looking gun thing that looks pretty cool as well. Don't know what it's used for, but it looks pretty dang awesome once again. So just a bunch of cool weapons, accessories to add with all these. And of course, finally, we have their hoverboards. So let me try and put them all on their hoverboards. So there's the Neutrinos up on their hoverboard, which looks really cool. So they just look awesome. And of course, I forgot to show this off before putting them on the hoverboards, but we have the turtles here for height. So if I try and line it up with the hoverboards, it's going to be hard to like fit it in here, but he's almost just as tall as they are. They're just a tiny bit shorter. So again, it's hard to show. But of course, in the show, they are little tiny characters, but in this, they made them bigger figures. But yeah, I just wanted to show it off. I can't really do it to them. Like I said, they're pretty much just a tiny bit shorter than the turtles. Still very cool overall, and it's awesome to get these. I knew once they started making more cartoon figures, I'm like, the Neutrinos are going to come at some point. Just didn't know how. Wasn't sure, you know, what size they were going to make them, if they're going to be big, small, just whatever. But I think they all look pretty cool here, and I'm excited that we finally got them in our collection. So all three of these look pretty awesome. But let me know what you thought of them down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. I want to thank y'all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.